What's up, hockey players, friends, and families? Coach Tyler here, Strocheck Hockey Skills, going to go over another thing today while we're all stuck at home. This one's going to be a little different than the normal ones. I call these specialty stick handling moves. Now, these aren't fundamental stick handling moves. These aren't moves that you absolutely have to possess, but they are moves that are going to help your game. And they are moves that are really going to help deceive your opponents. So these are just a couple things that you can do, again, in your basement, garage, wherever you have room, that can really start to work on your stick handling skills. So let's get it going. First up, what we're gonna work on is your toe drags, okay? Now, toe drags, a lot of people, especially younger players, you hear the term toe drag and everyone automatically goes, oh, those are difficult. How do you do? I can't do those. I can't. That word needs to be scrapped. You can do it if you practice it. Now, toe drags, going back to all my other videos, I emphasize wrist movement, okay? Shots, stick handling, whatever you're doing, you have to have good wrist movement. We cannot be lock wrist. We have to have wrist movement. Now, what I mean is, when you're doing a toe drag, you're starting here and you're ending there. Now, see my blade of my stick? It starts up and it goes down. Now, watch my wrist. My wrist starts here. Rotate my wrist. That's what I'm talking about. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Again, bottom hand should be loose, but not too loose. You want kind of a loose grip on it. But you want to be able to slide that stick in and out all through and have it be able to just rotate in that hand. Top hand is doing all of your work. Now, one thing to do, I know it sounds kind of like a waste of time, or it looks like a waste of time, but just sitting there doing this for a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever, that's a workout. That's a wrist workout for a hockey player. So, doing your toe drags, you're starting up on top. If you notice, I have a cone out in front of me. I'm bringing the puck forehand side. I'm bringing the puck up a little over the cone. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put my toe on the stick. And using my wrist movement, I'm snapping quick back to my blade. Up, back to my blade. Up, back to my blade. Up, back to my blade. Now, when I do this, the first couple times you do this, I would not recommend trying to go as fast as you can. As a matter of fact, I would recommend going as slow as you can. If it takes you a minute to do 3 toe drags, but you do them the right way, that's fine. That's perfect, as a matter of fact. Okay? What I want to see, or what you should want to see, is the correct form, meaning correct knee bend throughout the whole drill, correct wrist movement throughout the whole drill, and hand placement. What do I mean by hand placement? Well, if I'm looking at you, I don't want my hands tucked in here trying to stick handle. We want our hands out in front of us. Always want our hands out in front of us, okay? So what's gonna happen is, when you drag it, you're gonna drag, your top hand is gonna come, your top wrist is gonna shift, rotate, and your top hand is gonna come out in front of you. It may seem like it's a little far out there, you may be looking, this looks goofy. It doesn't matter. We're trying to get the correct form on how we do things. So, again, starting here, we got our puck a little out in front of the cone, toe is on the edge of the puck, and we're gonna just rotate our wrist, keeping our knee bend, and rotate down, up, down, up, down, up. Snap those wrists, or that wrist, bring it back up, down. Now, one of the things I do want to point out, okay? A lot of players, when they do their toe drags, they like to have the blade straight up and down, which is okay. It's flashy. If you connect on your toe drag, it looks super good, but it might not seem like much, but just bringing that blade down a little bit, or bringing the heel down a little bit, is going to save you about a half a second from losing that puck. If you're here, and I have my blade all the way up, it takes more time for me to get my heel down and catch the puck. Now if I have it here, and see how low my stick is? My stick is very low. My heel is almost, it's low. But it takes less time to get the puck, or to get the heel down to the ice to catch that puck. Or if I'm up here, see, you can lose it that much easier. Now I'm not saying you have to do it the way that I'm showing you. You can do it where your heel is straight up. Just know that you're losing time is what you're doing. By keeping it nice and low, you can snap it over, which is going to lead me into the second part of the toe drag drill. So once you do this, once you're up here, you feel comfortable bringing it back to your blade. What we're going to do is we're going to do our toe drag, slide it down, and as soon as we catch the puck on our forehand, we're up over to our backhand, and then across. Up, over, across. Down, up, across. Down, up, across. And pretty soon, what will happen is you'll find yourself where you're just gonna flow. You're gonna flow through it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna be sitting there and just stick handling over and over and over. But if you notice, when I drag it, I catch and I'm up. So if you're going up against an opponent and you're here and you drag and then across, that's a stick handle move. If you do it correct and you're fast at it, you should be able to get around your opponent a lot of the time. Okay, so that's going to be our drill. With the toe drag, we're doing 2 drills. We're starting here, doing the basic toe drag move. Drag. Drag. Then after we're done with that, once you feel comfortable to move on, then we're going to do drag, up, over. Drag, up, over. Drag, up, over. And then once you get to the point, you can just flow. Okay, now, moving on. Again, it just happened. I'm going to emphasize, we're all going to make mistakes. We're all human. You mess up, you get your puck, you get right back at it. No need for any sort of anger, frustration. I get it. It can be frustrating if you're trying to do something over and over and over. But if you get to the point where you're trying to do the second part of the drill and you're losing the puck, puck's flying off, whatever, take a deep breath, go back to the beginning, and just work on this again. Boom. 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 Okay? Now, third part of the toe drag drill. This one, you can incorporate both the first 2 drills once you get through it. So this one is going to be, we're going to start on our forehand but back on our side. And we're going to push the puck up, and then when we catch the puck on the up top, we're going to catch it on the toe. So you're going to push, catch, toe drag. Push, catch, toe drag. Push, catch, toe drag. Okay? Push, catch, toe drag. Okay? Once you get to that point, then you can start doing both drills. So what you could do is maybe a 2-3 count of your toe drag catch. So 1, 2, 3, up, over, cross. 1, 2, 3, up, over, cross. 1, 2, 3, up, over. There you go. 3 toe drag drills right there that can work on your toe drags in a 5x5 area. Now, second specialty stick handle drill is a backhand toe drag. Much more difficult, okay? Now what we're going to do for this is we're going to put the cone out ahead of us, and we're going to start with the puck on our side. We're pushing up, catching the puck with our backhand toe, and then dragging it across, catching it at our backhand. So we're here, up, catch, over, down. Up, catch. This is going to be difficult, okay? You really got to focus on it. So up, catch, over, down. Up, catch, over, down. And then once you get a little better and feel more comfortable, you can speed up the process. Again, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because this is hard. This is hard at first. Catch, over, down. Up, catch, over, down. Up, catch, over, slow-mo, up, catch. See how my backhand toe has got the puck? Slide it over, catch it on the backhand, down to the forehand, okay? Now, that one's gonna take some time. That one's gonna be a little difficult for you. Completely understand, it's difficult for everyone who tries it at first. Backhand toe drags really they're not even as popular as regular toe drags, to be honest. Backhand toe drags, not a lot of people do, but it is a deceptive stick handling move that can get you around an opponent and leave yourself open for a good shot. And that is gonna bring me to my last specialty stick handling move, and that's your classic through the legs, okay? Now you can do this two different ways. You can do this by catching it on the forehand, pushing it through the legs, bringing it up. Catching it on the forehand, bringing it through the legs, catching it. Back, forehand, catch. Now you may need a little more room for this because this one is going to require you to spread out. You have to have your reach. You have to have all of this. The area that I have, it kind of makes it a little difficult with my height. I don't have a lot of room on my dryland tiles yet. So I have to kind of keep it tight when I do this. So up, through, catch. Back, through, catch. Down, through, catch. Again, you can look at the puck when you're first trying to figure this out. Once you get a little more comfortable, I would like you to try and keep your head up when you're doing it, but for the time being, look at the puck, follow the puck, watch where it's going, and meet it where it's going. Again, we want to try, when we're doing these stick handle drills, we want to try and keep possession of the puck at all times. I understand it's not always going to happen that way, but we want to keep possession of that puck. What I mean by possession is instead of pushing it, lifting our blade up, trying to meet the puck at the other side, we want to be with it. We want to be with that puck, okay? We don't want to try and hit it. We don't want to do that. Same thing applies to this. When we're here, bring that puck back, through, meet, back, through, meet, back, through, meet, okay? And the second part of the through the legs drill is the more difficult one of it. And that is instead of catching it, or instead of pushing it through on your forehand, on your toe, we're switching to our backhand and pushing it through on the backhand. So now what we're doing is catch, turn, push through. Back, turn, push through. Again, it's going to be difficult. Back, backhand, push through. Okay? Now, once you get better at it, you can then start working on pushing the puck back, catching it on the backhand, and then putting it through. So here, through. Down, through. Down, through. Down, through. Those are 3 specialty stick handling moves that you can work on at home that can give you a little bit of a deceptiveness against your opponents, also make you feel a little better about your stick handling abilities. For everyone who's tuning in for the first time, thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. Share it, love it, subscribe. For all of you that have been tuning in since the first video, thank you so much for the support. I really, really, really appreciate it. Hope everyone stays safe. Stay tuned for many more videos. See ya.